Hello class, in this video I'll talk about the essential documentary film elements, and I'll start with the visual elements. First is a shot. So a shot is a single take on an image. It starts and finishes at a cut point. So it is like you press the filming button and you start filming, and then you press the stop button to stop filming, and that video you took is a shot, is a take. Okay, so it is more like a technical concept, right? And a shot is the smallest visual unit of structure in a film. Each shot has a meaning depending on the nature and arrangement of objects and action within it. And it has three basic elements. The first is icon, the second is index, and the third is a symbol or metaphor. And let me use the clips from films to explain each of these components. The first element, icon. Icon is showing an object or emotion through its likeness. It is what it is and what the audience sees. So the signifier represents the signified through similarity to it. For example, this is a video clip from the film Troy. You can see the face on screen showing fear is a face showing fear. So there are no other meanings, no reading between the lines. This is the most straightforward approach to a shot. Now the second element, index. Index measures a quality not because it is identical to it, like an icon, but because it has a direct or inherent relationship to it. For example, to show heat or the idea of heat. As a visual, the shot could show a thermometer or heat waves over an empty road, or perhaps even a man sweating. This works very well because the scriptwriter can translate an intangible object like heat into a tangible and visual reality. The third element, symbol or metaphor. So basically, symbol or metaphor is a sign that the director used to represent other objects in the film. For example, a rose to signify love. And falling calendar pages denote time, and dead flower or falling leaves could signify death.
And his last words to me, he screamed out, "Jet, jet, skipper, dive." They were his last words.
And this technique of using symbols to express ideas and objects has become very popular for its artistic appeal, but can and should be used with caution and with a view of the audience's ability to understand the topic. When you put several shots together, you'll make a sequence. So a sequence is a collection of shots put together that tells a story continuously. A film is made up of series of sequences which can be of varying durations, and they are connected to each other in some way. And each sequence has a visual and audio aspect to it. And sequences usually fall into one of the two categories below, the continuity sequence and the combination sequence. So a continuity sequence is a unit of continuing action which ends in a break in time. This type of sequence is a collection of shots that show an event or events that happen in the same block of time. The end of the sequence occurs when that event is completed and the film moves on to another point in time. So here the keyword is the same block of time. That means all of the shots, they are connected based on the time. Now let me show you an example of continuity sequence.
Billy has done this every day, twice a day, all winter long.
I'd keep going until the snow was gone. And if it snowed, I would record that no matter when. The trend I see.
As you can see, this sequence of shots is about how Bill collecting the snow. And as the topic move on to the next topic, the shots is also move on to a wide shot, the empty shot of the snow mountains on the far side. And that ends this sequence and start another sequence. Next, we'll talk about combination sequence. A combination sequence is a unit of shots that may be filmed in different times because the scope is broad. The shots within it could be events that occurred independently at different points in time, at different locations, and contain different people doing different things. The common aspect that ties all these shots together is the conceptual, which is the subject of the sequence. It usually ends when the film's discussion of the subject ends. So, the characteristic of this type of sequence is all of the shots is not connected based on the time, it's based on the topic. So the whole movie can have multiple characters, can have different locations in different times, but the topic is a storyline that ties the whole video together. Here I'll show you an example of a combination sequence.
How you doing today, my friend?
Thank God, no complaint, my friend.
Okay.
I never complain.
Never complain?
Never.
I need to hear that.
All the time, customer, they ask me, where are you from? I told them, if you know where I am from, I give you free ride. I'm gonna give you a clue.
All right.
Like a cash card, you know?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you my name, my culture, my religion, my language. This is my name, Estefan B. Shalita.
Okay.
That's my name.
Got it.
Our culture, we used to control the world. Our culture now doesn't exist. Religion, we are the first Christian. Language, we speak Aramaic. Now this is for a clue. You guess where I'm from, I give you a free ride.
Come on.
Yes.
Okay, it's gonna be a big fair.
How many
Culture.
guesses do I get?
3 strike, you
Well,
are
I
out.
don't know all the old names.
3 strike, you are out.
This
This
is
is my
tough.
cash card.
Okay, let me see your name again.
Estefan.
Estefan.
The Spanish.
No. Spanish.
That doesn't count as guess.
Macedonian?
You are close, but too far.
The Moors. The Spanish Moors.
Strike 1.
Strike one?
Yes.
Strike one?
50-50, or you want to call a friend?
No, I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay, go ahead.
You're killing me. Don't kick
This
me
is-
out.
No.
I need a ride. This is a
I know.
long ride, my
It's
friend.
okay.
Wait, don't think
Get
I-
off my cab, like cash
Dude.
card. Get off my cab. You give up?
Yes, I give up.
My name is Estefan Badel Shalita. I am from Iraq. I born in Basra.
As you can see in this whole film clip, the storyline is about an introduction of this taxi driver and what's his name and where he's from. And the video was framed at a different time, definitely, since the taxi driver is having conversation with the different passengers. However, you feel the narrative is very fluent, and you don't feel the break in time. It is because all of the different shots is connected through the conversation, the topic, which is where he's from, right? And at the end, the taxi driver say his name and where he is from. And then the sequence ends and it ready to move on to the next topic. The third major element in a documentary film is the montage. The montage is a process of combining different shots together and convey a different meaning and different space. Each of the shots can be filmed in a different time and at different locations. Each of the shots can also have a different meaning, but when putting them together, they will generate a different concept. Let me give you an example. In the sequence of shot, the first shot is the JFK airport in New York City, and the second shot is someone's waiting at the baggage area and get his or her baggage. When you connect these two shots together, this actor who getting the baggage, he or she may be in Orlando, International Airport, or in California. He or she don't have to physically be at JFK Airport. However, when you combine these two shots together, the audience will understand, okay, he is in JFK Airport and pick up the baggage. And then we go to the third shot, which is the dorm in the New York University. And the fourth shot is our actor putting the baggage in his or her room. So when you connect the third shot and fourth shot together, the audience will understand, okay, our actor is in New York University and he or she is a student of the university. However, maybe for the fourth shot, when we film the actor in the dorm, it can be in Orlando or in California again. He or she don't have to physically be in New York City, New York University. Correct? So that is the technique of a montage. You put the shots with the different time and different location and different meaning together, and you generate totally different concept.
The redwood trees of California are probably the oldest of living things. The redwoods that grow along the coast live to be 2,000 years old. So down they come, some of the world's oldest, biggest, and tallest trees. Trees that grow over 350 feet high. Their history goes back millions of years to the time of the dinosaurs. But when we look at stacks of redwood lumber, we may well be reminded of its ancient history. For this is lumber from a species of tree that has survived for millions of years. Trees that live to be 2,000 and 4,000 years old. The tallest, biggest, oldest trees in the world.
In this sequence of shot, we can see how the director used montage in the film. So here we see the workers cutting the tree, right? And then the next shot, the tree falling down. So this tree don't necessarily to be the tree they are cutting, right? And here's another tree falling down. And here the trees is a trans to other city. So it also not necessary to be the tree they cut down. And these are not necessary to be the wood produced from the trees that are transported by the train. And then here translate to the shape. So they all don't have to be the same tree and same wood. It can be filmed at multiple locations and at different times and with the different objects. So that's the three main visual elements in the documentary film, and you can use these three elements to enrich the visual language of your film.